Delivery or DiGiorno pizza?
Delivery. DiGiorno's cardboard. It's fucking terrible. Do you eat DiGiorno? Was there like a lonely period in your 20s when you're sitting in your underwear in the apartment and you're just putting the DiGiorno in, and then you just pretend it's delivery?
I've eaten more frozen pizzas this year than you might expect. Just like 1 a.m., like nothing in the house because we've been on the road.
Okay, my favorite thing in the whole world to do when I was super stressed in the beginnings of Cardano, because it was so stressful, I would open a beer and I'd order a pizza from Domino's, and I'd get those garlic knots that they're so good, and they're filled with cheese and that shit. Get a pizza. I'd sit and turn on Bob Ross, and I'd literally eat an entire pizza and a box of garlic knots while drinking a beer and watching Bob Ross be like, "Pray lunch for you over here. Remember, there's no mistakes, only happy accidents." Beat the devil out of it. It was the shit. That was the best moment ever. I was living in a shitty apartment. Yeah, this guy gets
this guy.
This guy. I was living in a shitty apartment. I had no money at all. It was horrible, but I miss those days, man. I really do. They were magical.
Favorite microwave food?
Oh, popcorn, microwave popcorn, by far.
Oh, actually, the first half of this, I'm super interested in this. Will Elon's Twitter purchase have an impact on the U.S. election?
What do you think?
It could if people are allowed to tweet and they don't get fact checked all the time and random stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. It's really interesting. And if they immediately lift these censorship type things, or they don't start putting disclaimers on basic news articles about facts, it might affect how people perceive actions taken. I saw a really funny tweet from Shapiro. He just said, the way you know DeSantis is doing a good job is because the media has not mentioned anything. So I mean, it's mostly negative stuff or fake stuff. So I don't know. Maybe a little bit more clarity quickly. People get in line. I don't know.
Well, I think you always know where you're at based upon the criticism you get. And so if there's a certain group of people that you're winning against, they tend to get more vocal. So the fact that people have gone from Elon Musk as the hero of the world to he's the most evil man alive and he's this con man and charlatan, by the way, facts and circumstances haven't changed. It's always been Elon. Tells you that there's some people very scared right now on the left with the acquisition of Twitter. Apparently having a free speech medium is a threat to democracy. Go figure. So I think it's ultimately a good thing. It's going to create some diversity from the gargantuan echo chamber that's been assembled. But we will see. I don't know. We've tried very hard on numerous occasions to interact with Musk and see if we could find a way, because he seems to want to build a decentralized communication protocol to at least steer him in the right direction and say these are the kinds of people you need to hire and the kinds of things you need to do. And it remains to be seen. In terms of its impact on the U.S. election, this cycle, it's too late in the game to have one, but it could be tremendous in 2024. It's a slow burn like that.
Need some good questions. Really dig deep. Let's think here, folks. What are we going to ask? Favorite rapper? That's a layup, right?
Come on, Snoop. Although, did you hear the news about Eminem?
Oh, what's that? Is he doing Cardano stuff now?
He just did the thing.
Oh.
Sunshine told me.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. This is good.
This is good. Much love, Eminem.
What type of drug he use?
We're high on life.
No drug. Just love. Ooh, you want to go to Mars or to the moon?
Moon.
Oh, great question.
How will today's crypto survive quantum computing? From Brian Young. Well, Brian, we get this question a lot, and it's because there's this mysticism behind quantum computers, that they're these magical things that when they turn on, like literally everything changes. AI changes, the world changes. It's just another model of computation, and it turns out that model may be able to defeat some of the hard problems that are the basis upon which classical cryptography derives security. This is known, and there's an enormous effort right now at NIST and other places to standardize new protocols that are effectively immune or at least resistant to modern quantum computers. Okay, So the question is, why don't we use them today? Because they're not optimized. They're at least 10 to 100 times more expensive in terms of computation and space to use. Also, they're not complete, meaning that they don't work with zero knowledge cryptography, and they don't work with modern hash functions and all these other things. So you can try to make them work. And there's certainly post-quantum versions of things like Starks, for example, are using hash-based crypto, so they're post-quantum, and that's in the zero knowledge space. But they're still primitive in that respect. They still need work. The other issue is that these algorithms are still not provably secure. They have models. We understand kind of their security, but they use very complicated mathematical primitives, which are still newer. And so cryptographers, by and large, aren't super convinced that they're a silver bullet and they solve everything. They're obviously better. Like elliptic curve crypto to RSA, it's obviously better, but it still took 20 years for that to get its way in. There's a wonderful article written by my friend Neil Koblitz that actually says the serpentine path of elliptic curve cryptography, where he actually talks about how hard it was to convince people to adopt elliptic curves in cryptography, even though they're obviously better. The key sizes are 10 times smaller, and you get a lot more security, and there's a lot of elegant things you can do in elliptic curve crypto, like HD wallets, for example, that you can't do in RSA. So I'm not too worried about it. We have a plan for it, a strategy for it. And any cryptocurrency that's telling you today, oh, we got post-quantum, we're good to go. It's like, and what they're telling you is, we decided to spend 10 times extra money on space and these things because we're afraid of the boogeyman coming. It's not real. It's not here yet.
Yeah.